Hey dreamers, this is Jade. Welcome back to my channel. I am back in my December daily. I am documenting days 11 through 15 here, and so I'm starting out with day 11, and this was the night that I ended up watching one of the movies on my watch list as far as Christmas movies for the season that I have not seen and want to watch. One of them will be a popular one, which is the Santa Claus, that has nostalgic value that I just never got around to watching. I have not seen it yet, so that's still on the list, but I did watch Love Hard, and I ended up watching this one because of someone. I think it was someone on Instagram. I was scrolling and they had a journal, what do you call it, like a spread for this movie, and they, like, the caption read how they have watched this movie every year since it came out, which it hasn't been that long. I think it came out in 2021. I do remember myself wanting to watch it when it came out, and I just never did for some reason. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to give this one a go. It was just okay. I'm still waiting on that Christmas movie that really, really wows me. The one that I really liked that came out a few years ago was Holiday. That one was freaking hilarious to me. So yeah, I'm still waiting on something like that. I'm not sure how that's gonna go, but this one was okay. As I said, nothing to write home to mom about, but it was okay. Anyway, so I am getting that down. These hearts move about. It's a mess, and so yeah, I am finished with that, and I am moving on to the next day. And this is the day I got. So, like, Spotify gives you like the wrapped and all your statistics musically for the year. YouTube has started to do something similar. It looks like it's not as, for me, to me, it's not as deep or involved as Spotify Wrapped gets, because they're very detailed about their statistics, for your can I talk your statistics at the end of the year. But YouTube, I guess, has started to do this kind of wrap up thing. So I did take, they sent mine to me on this day. This was December 12th. And so I took screenshots of it. And yeah, I want to get those recorded. And so I'm just making like these kind of pockets, but to the point where, like, it doesn't go down all the way. Scrapworkers, y'all understand what I'm saying here. Anyway, I took out my distress tool that I barely use. It's been in my stash forever, and I have another one too from Tim Holtz, and I couldn't find that one, so I used the Prima one that I've had. But yeah, I just wanted to distress the edges at the top of the pattern paper here, and I'm using pattern paper. The background one is from the Candy Brights collection, and the other two are from the Snow and Cocoa collection by Create Paper, if I'm not mistaken. And so yeah, I got that down, and that's how excuse me, that's how it's going to sit there. And so I'm just going to back those with more pattern paper, and I'm actually using the same paper that is the background. So as you can see, there's a tiny ornament at the top of the background paper there. So I'm using the rest of that to make the backgrounds for the little things there, whatever. As you can see, I had too much paper on that, so I do go and cut it back down and then put it back in there, and that does that for that. And so I will get this stamped out with the date, and I will write my quick little entry in there and then put those back, and I will move on to the next page, which is, excuse me, September, Lord, December 13th. I do also add a little bit of gold washi at the bottom here, and I had to go in. Y'all, I was really on the struggle bus with these entries here, simply because I am still getting used to that mega date stamp and like the ink that I use. And if I don't give it proper time to dry, it gets freaking everywhere. So like here, you'll see this card that I'm using or whatever, but like the ink goes everywhere. It gets smudged on the paper there, and then some will get smudged on that card, which you can really tell because it's black on an orange background or whatever. And I didn't realize until later, it's actually not even where I stamped. It's where I took the lid off or something. You can see I have ink on the desk there, and it's a mess. It's a mess, and it's getting everywhere, and it's all over my hands, and it's ugh. Anyway, I'm so irritated with myself. I've been trying to be more careful with it lately, so we'll see how I do with the next entries. But this drove me crazy. So, and especially if I pull out something different to use as far as writing on, like tracing paper or vellum or anything like that, I definitely have to make sure I get it all dried up or whatever. And so I have been using my heat gun to get it done. And yeah, anyway, I pulled out my label maker here to label out Happy Meal. Now, I don't know what is going on with this label maker, but the P's were not trying to stamp. Like, I tried it several times. I only got it a clear P stamp once, and it would not do it when I was actually trying to put in Happy Meal. So I was just like, forget it, I don't even care. And I did that, and yeah, whatever. And so I'm gonna cut this. Listen, this was the day I washed my hair, and so I was trying to take a picture of my face so you could see my hair, and you can barely see my hair in this picture. And I was like, Jade, get it together. But anyway, I this is the picture I printed out, so I was going to use it, wasn't going to waste it. And so yeah, I'm trying to measure because I want to put a piece of vellum over it, and then just basically kind of put what the day was, which was me doing my hair. I wanted to I guess put this on with this washi tape, y'all. It's glitter washi, and I haven't had any issues with the glitter washi that I've used so far. But this one, the glitter was actually glittering and flaking off, and it was getting everywhere. And I was like, I do not want to be fighting glitter for the rest of the year on into next year, finding glitter everywhere, all over myself, all over my desk, whatever. So I took that off, and I just threw the whole roll of washi away because I can't do it. And ended up using some gold foil washi to get that down. And so yeah, I'm just using some thickers, alphas that I've had in my stash to put hair day. And no matter how many times I tried to get this straight, it was not doing it. And I feel like these were like as great as the entries were before, that I really liked and I felt like I was getting in my groove. This set of entries is just like a struggle. So yeah, it was getting on my nerves. So trying to get those letters straight. But anyway, that pretty much wraps up that one, and this will be the last entry for this process video session. However, what am I saying? However, anywho, I did forget to punch those holes. So what happened was, like, on the back side, of course, it's not double-sided paper, the paper that I used, and so it would have been just like plain white. However, I went to the nephew's winter concert, and I felt it was more appropriate to use like that Christmas song paper or whatever. And so I pulled some out, and I measured it to the paper that's already in there and put it down. And I had already stamped, thinking I was trying to get, measure out where I needed things to go or whatever. And then at the last minute, I decided I wanted this half of ripped sheet of pattern paper down there, which I'm glad I did that because it made everything look better. So I ended up stamping on the inside instead of that, and then I'm gonna have to cover it up, which I had planned on using one of these anyway. And so it was like, it worked out perfectly. So yeah, I couldn't get that down without it being obstructed, or so either way. And so I had to peel that up and move it up. And here I'm just getting a little bit of washi down that kind of goes with the colors in the winter concert thing there. And so yeah, now I need to print out a picture. I didn't really get any good pictures at the winter concert because I was so far back, so everything was a little blurry. But I did pick one out to print, and I'm like filming on my phone. So I'm like, how am I gonna print this? And I'm like, duh, Jade, use the iPad. So I did print it out via my iPad, and I am just getting my entry down. And that pretty much wraps up these entries. I know this was all over the place. I apologize. I trust that everyone has been safe and well. If you have any comments or questions for me, please leave those below. If you see anything that I have used, I will try to leave all links to anything that I can leave links for below in the description box so you can check there. And I will catch you all in the next video. Bye.